Did you know that we in Michigan have the only organic and biodynamic tea farm in North America?
Welcome to coffee. Actually, welcome to tea with Steve Margaux. I'm Steve Drake.
And I'm Margaux Drake. And you get to meet our friend, Angela Macke, who is the founder and owner of Light of Day Organics. Welcome, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Hi.
Thank you for being with us.
Great to see you.
It's fun to change up our routine and having some of your amazing tea. I am drinking, just so everyone knows, this is your Christmas tea. Very seasonal right now.
This is your traditional jasmine, and I want you to explain how you make this so people can get a good idea of the love and the work that goes into your tea and why it's so unique. But first, let's let everyone know who you are, what you do, and your favorite thing about Northern Michigan.
All right. Well, my name's Angela Macke. I've been in Traverse City since 1996. I was Munson's first travel nurse. I came up here to work in the open heart unit and then ended up getting married and being married for 25 years and now continuing on the farm with our two sons, Peter and Leland. And what is my favorite thing about Northern Michigan? Really the people, so loving. I just don't think there could be a better place to raise a family.
Oh, that's so nice.
Michigan, so nice. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Like the big small town.
Good answer.
I have wanted to have you on our coffee tea. I'm glad it's tea because tea is definitely my favorite. Coffee is Steve's favorite. And your tea is the best. The best.
So good.
So give people an idea of first of all, what does it mean to be organic and biodynamic? What is that dual certification?
Well, certified USDA Organic it's a big deal.
Yeah.
There's no faking it. It's an annual audit every year, which we have next week. So it's every year we have our water tested, and we actually have 4 audits and inspections every year. We have USDA Organic, which is the National Organic Program. That's that USDA seal you see on products.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Demeter Biodynamic, and Demeter Biodynamic is considered worldwide to be the highest certification for commercially grown food. And then we have Michigan Department of Agriculture, and then also FDA, the Federal Drug Administration, also audits us every year. So it's
for people that don't know what biodynamic is, what is it?
Oh yeah, it's been the best work of my life, the most meaningful work. So conventional agriculture, like regular agriculture, always takes more from the earth than it gives. But organic agriculture, the goal is to replace what you took. So you have to put more carbon back into the soil to create more humus. Takes about 100 years to grow 1 inch of topsoil. So with organic, I mean, there's a conscious effort to replace what you took. With biodynamic agriculture, you always give more to the earth than you took, and it radiates out for about a 10-mile radius. So our neighbors benefit. It's a higher soil quality, better air quality, and it's about a 30% higher yield on our crops.
So hold on a minute. Did you just say the soil is healthier in a 10-mile radius?
For a 10-mile radius. Better for 4 feet down, and the air quality 4 feet above the earth.
I have goosebumps.
That's awesome.
Fertility is increased. Stillbirths are decreased for, farmers that are breeding. It's just incredible. Seed content, the seed viability, even like the amount of worms in the soil, the amount of nematodes in the soil. It's just more nitrogen that comes from using the biodynamic preparations, which are everything from silica as a foliar spray to prevent fungus, prevents all kinds of fungus, just silica, like ground up quartz. Instead of using all kinds of pesticides and herbicides. And then perhaps BD 500 is one that's made from lactating cow manure. It's like a concentrated, like a potentized cow manure that increases fertility and helps with root development. And then there's other preparations that help with things like calcium, magnesium, phosphorus to help the plant actualize those nutrients. So it's kind of like the rhythm method of agriculture. You farm by the moon.
Cool.
So it's a lunar calendar that repeats itself every 19 years. And part of it's a closed loop system. So you produce your own fertility, you make your own mulch, you collect your own seeds, you do your own grafting if you are grafting plants. And an interesting thing I always thought was that even the farmer's thoughts are considered part of the fertilizer. So when we have staff, if somebody comes in grumpy, you say, you know, go ground yourself and clean up your mood a little bit.
Clean up your mood.
That's good.
Clean up your mood.
Beings, you know, and there's definitely an energetic exchange between, I mean, even we put our bare feet on the soil, right? So
everything is energy. My favorite quote is, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the result that you want, and you cannot help but get that result. It cannot be any other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Albert Einstein.
True. Absolutely. Yep. It definitely is physics. There was he worked for the US Department of Agriculture. This inspector named Jason showed up at my farm on a Sunday afternoon, probably about 2007, I think, is when I was building one of the first buildings at Light of Day. Showed up in a green truck on a Sunday, and I thought, "Ooh, did I forget to put out a permit for this building or something?" And I said, "Am I in trouble?" He said, "No." He said, I'm out here collecting monarch butterfly information because in Leelanau County, the monarch butterflies were nearly extinct a couple years ago, and now they're back. In the center of where they're coming for a 10-mile radius is this farm."
Oh, is that exciting?
Goosebumps. I was like, wow.
I have full body goosebumps.
Yes. And he said, we want to know what you're doing. What are you doing? And I said, well, you're probably going to think it's kind of weird, but
sit down, have a cup of tea. I'll tell you.
Yeah, sit down. So we did. And he's Jason Kimbrough. He's still our director up here for the Department of Agriculture.
Oh, that's a great story.
So I told him about the homeopathic remedies we use in the compost pile to help it break down quicker, and just about it's essentially reverence for all life, for all species. You create an incredible balanced ecosystem, and so we seldom have any kind of pest problems, any disease problems. Remember the emerald ash borer that wiped out all the trees? We have just thousands of those trees on this property here. The 13 acres at the tea farm and then the land across the street. They are just so healthy.
Totally fine.
Totally fine.
Isn't that amazing? We've been to your farm several times, and we've never talked about this because I think we get stuck on drinking tea and how pretty your gardens are. Well, like literally.
Angela, you are such an incredible person. There is way too much to talk about. Always. Everything from what you're making, your tea room, your gorgeous gardens, the events that you host there.
We have to tell everyone how to get there.
I know. And we have been so excited to have you on. And we had to wait for fall because you were too busy in the summer making this incredible tea. So let me let everybody know how they can find you. And we like to showcase Northern Michigan also because it's just a quick 2-hour drive approximately from anywhere that you are in West Michigan, and so worth the trip. Whether it's a day trip or an overnight trip, you have to
Or you're
visit.
a traveling nurse from Munson Hospital. Go and stay.
Light of Day Organics.
They probably stopped sending nurses to Traverse City.
So, of course, you can always scan the QR code that you see on the screen. It will bring you directly to lightofdayorganics.com. And you can email Angela at her email address, angela@lightofdayorganics.com, or call 231-228-7234.
Yes. And we're right on the main artery out to Sleeping Bear Dunes. So a lot of people come up and want to head out there, and it's just 8 miles west of downtown. So not a bad drive, right?
Not at all.
So
beautiful drive.
I knew this would go by fast, but I promised at the beginning of the episode that you would talk because we're drinking this jasmine, your traditional jasmine, and your Christmas tea blend, and you have so many more teas. But just explain so people can get an idea of how you do things, how you make this, and why it tastes so good and smells so good.
You bet. So tea is the most labor-intensive crop known to man. It's approximately 70,000 tea leaves picked by hand. So every single one of our ingredients is picked by hand, dried, shaped, and then fired in an oven or a wok to take the moisture down and to preserve it in whatever state of oxidation it is. So if it's no oxidation, it's a tea, always has to have tea buds in it. And no oxidation for white or green tea. And then oolong tea would be anywhere from 16% to 88% oxidized. So think of an avocado turning brown. That's oxidized.
Okay.
And then anything over 88% is a black tea. And typically, for years we taught everyone that the more you oxidize a tea, like a black tea was going to have more caffeine than a green tea. But that's not necessarily true. The new science says that those tea buds, the new growth, which is the terminal buds, their tea plants ovulate like a human being every 28 days. There's new terminal buds on the outside of the tea plant. But those buds have 300 times the antioxidants of just the leaf that opens 4 days later. So we're thinking not only do they have more antioxidants, but potentially they have more caffeine too. So the answer is all tea has caffeine. All true Camellia sinensis has caffeine. But to make that tea scented, and that's that traditional jasmine, because when I first started, I would go to tea shows and I would see all these, green tea with jasmine flowers in there, which I thought, oh, that must be really high quality, but the buds are actually really bitter. So what you want is the smell of jasmine, but you don't actually want the blossoms in there. So in order to have that jasmine, that beautiful floral scent, what I do is I take about 4 inches of dried tea leaves, and then I put a really fine screen, and then I put fresh magnolia flowers, and then a screen, and then more tea, and then a screen, and more flowers, and then every few days swap out the wilted flowers for fresh ones for as long as that tree is blooming, which is about 6 weeks. And then after I'm all done with that, then if I don't have enough smell like imparted on those tea leaves, then I'll use the next thing that flowers at the farm, which is lilac. And then if I'm still doing, that batch of tea and want more, then the next thing I'll use is those Asiatic lilies, those really pink ones, white, that are super floral. Yeah. And then if I'm really desperate, I can use hosta flowers too. But yeah, it takes about 4 months. It takes about 4 months to
4 months. And all you have to do, viewers, is go to our website and buy something.
Right. But a little goes a long way.
Yeah.
Drive to Traverse City and go to the tea room. We start our days off with your matcha, and we love that.
Matcha.
In a perfect world, we do a shot with your matcha, your loose matcha, but we also have the capsules that sometimes we have to use in case of emergency.
Right. They're great for travel, right?
Yes, and that's why we have to use them sometimes, but we love it. And I knew this episode would go by so quickly, and we want to make sure that everybody sees it. So let's put a bow on it. Thank you, Angela, for being one of those people that makes Michigan an extraordinary place to call home. And I mean that from my heart. Like, I'm teary right now. I think
back at you guys.
Thank you, Angela. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Plant good seeds, everyone.
Right.